Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Wargame Brendryen. Another ranked match, but as you can see, a pretty quick one. Things can escalate very quickly on Highway to Seoul, depending, of course, on how the game is played. I am matched here against a sergeant. This is a weaponized autist, yes, believe it or not. Initially with this map, I'm always wondering where do I go and what do I bring. The deck that I was using today is a Dutch-German coalition, a DGC. And I decided to take the buildings over there with Corps Mariniers. Normally I would put probably Legionnaire in there, or maybe Eric's. But, well, I didn't have those, of course, in this deck. But I do have Corps Mariniers in their mobile transports. Aside from that, well, I'm not really sure where to go. Somewhere in the middle, but where? So, this is just me kind of thinking, where am I going to go? One way or another, a Leopard Verkenning tank is going to come in very useful. And so is a Gepard, probably. But I decided to replace that with a Roland to also have a little bit of defense against planes. Some infantry here and there, but it's such a huge map. It's not a lot of points to spend on a map this large. So I placed down an attack marker there as a reference marker for myself and for the video. That is where I want to go, with nothing less than a 2A5, so I immediately deploy a mortar. And I want to get some good reconnaissance for it. The Roland's already in position. Time to bring up some additional units. For example, for the left over there, I want to have an additional unit. And for the right, time for a KCT group. Again, not nearly as good as the guys of the SAS or Eric's or something that can do both AT and AA, but, well, so be it. I also want to start with a Tiger, especially important in the middle, considering that I might get attacked over there. And, of course, the Tiger has fantastic optics, as well as offensive capabilities. So bring that. Bring another Leopard Verkenning to assist the push of the Corps Mariniers down towards the middle. And that should be me done. Of course, bringing in a command for Foxtrot as well. Moving fast with all units, mortars to there, at least initially. The Corps Mariniers. Oh, sorry, no, that's one YPR recon vehicle. And, or sorry, YP408. It's not a YP tracked vehicle, it's a YP408. One YP408 with an autocannon. That's going to head towards their base. If they don't have anything, great. If they do have something, then at least I'll know about it. Leopard Verkenning over there. Other Leopard Verkenning to the other flank. And I want to bring the KCT, my recon commandos, to the front. And that's also where the Tiger is going to be, so I'm also trying to get some information on what's happening in the middle, as well as potentially scout stuff that's heading down the highway. Now, something I struggled with in this match, and you might catch it, is that I don't exactly know which unit I ordered to go to do what, because they're still on the same paths. For example, there's two 408s down the main highway. Sector secure. I want to have that sector just spotted. I want to capture the buildings over there. And I'm going to get the Ferns pair towards the middle of Echo. Stofeenheid in the building. Not a great move. I should have first done that and then brought them in, but fortunately the Martyr 2 already spawned in. So now I can still call in my unit. To my surprise, after 90 seconds I still had not made contact with the enemy. It was a bit unnerving. Normally there is contact pretty quick. But considering that there wasn't, I thought, you know what? I might get recognized here. It happens every now and then. Yeah, I might get recognized, and this guy might be helo rushing me. So immediately deploy two Gepards in the base. And I duo stack them to make sure they spawn in faster. And there we go. That's a Tiger. Oh, sorry, that's an Apache. And unfortunately... sorry, no, it is two Tigers. A Tiger Hap and a Tiger Recon. Unfortunately, they kill off the Leopard Verkenning as well as my transport, much to the dismay of the KCT, but these guys remain pretty calm. Building captured, YP408 back, tank on the offensive, before the Martyrs are able to offload their infantry. But since these guys have some armor and the gun on the Verkenning isn't that good, they weren't quite up to snuff. Now, I decide that if he has two Tigers on the far right, on Gulf, maybe I can just fly right in, and I can. And I kill his command. That's one down, and there's a Kotal. I wonder what he has for defense. Verkenning a bit further forward. I'm not really planning on pushing here just yet. I first want to see what else I'm facing here. And he leaves his spawn. And then seems to reconsider. What is he up to? And why the hell am I able to push this deep? Where's the rest of his force? Decided to split the Gepard so that they don't get stunned at the same time. And bang. Command vehicle. Game over. And that was a 3-minute and 15-second match. I've had, I think, my fastest game at 5 minutes, but 3 minutes? That's a new record. Anyway, let's see what he starts out with, because I am curious to see what he brought. He's going, of course, with the Tiger, Hap, and the Tiger. We know about those. I spotted those before. He sends a couple of Panther all the way over to the left, and since these are elites, that's probably Commander Marine. He has another command vehicle over there. He has an MX-10RC, a Crotal, Marder 1A3s, more Marder 1A3s. I think that the 1A3s, well, you can swing either way. My thought right now is that they're too expensive for an opener. Yes, they're great fire support. They have a bit of armor, as you could see. The Leopard had a bit of trouble trying to deal damage to them. It couldn't one-shot them. They do provide autocannon support as well as anti-GM fire support for the infantry inside. But because they are fairly expensive, it's like he didn't really have any money or any points to buy anything else. Because this was the entirety of his starting force. To be fair, it wasn't that much smaller than mine, but mine was a bit more, I'd say, diverse. See, these Marder 1A3s are 25 a pop, and if you spawn in 4, that is just 100 points right there, plus the infantry inside. So yeah, his points went quick. His CV is not yet in cover. The Panthers, for some reason, hold. I think they're trying to wait for their Tiger escorts. Not exactly sure. There's the command vehicle. Interesting that he put it over there. If he put it over there, I would have taken probably 10 seconds longer before I spotted it, before I located it. Now he's pushing with a 10RC and a Crotal. Well, pushing. I mean, he's just rushing them because they're motorized and these are mech'd. Crotal there. I'd say his anti-air situation is really good. Unfortunately, the Crotal, by the point that the Tiger was on the offensive, the Crotal was already there. So he couldn't really do much with it. There's the Martyrs, and this is what I was hoping to achieve. My 408s are motorized, and these are mechanized. I will be very quickly destroyed inside the 408 if I don't make it to the building in time, but because I am motorized, I can make it there pretty quick. Ideally this building, but if I'd been there, and the Martyrs would have been offloading infantry there, and the infantry walked over, and the Martyrs provide fire support, I would have been dead. Pretty easy. So probably not overextending too much there. There's my other Martyr 2 coming in. This is something else I don't quite understand. Why would you offload your Commander Marine here if you have not made contact yet? Well, one of the reasons could be that he wants them in sneakily. He wants to be concealed with these units. But these Panthers do 300 kilometers an hour. Unless I'm heloing units in here, I'm not likely to get there before the Panthers do. Especially if the Panthers are just zip-lined it right there, just beelined it, instead of holding for a second and then dropping off there. They could have probably dropped the infantry off here. And considering that that was where my KCT were going as well, they would have had that. Easy. They'd probably destroyed the KCT inside the vehicles. Now this is when the Verkenning on my side encounters their Tigers. Very, very brief. The Leopard Verkenning stood no chance. Just one HGM dead. Well, actually, it fired a few. And the Tiger Hap was using the Snebs to deal some damage to the vehicle. But him not having any defenses here, that cost him the game, effectively. Here you can see the engagement. I think he was managing some other stuff because the Crotal is right over there. I think I don't see it. No, it's because it's inside this little courtyard. I can't see the Crotal, so I don't know that it's there. Otherwise I would have prioritized that with the Verkenning. Although Although I wasn't micromanaging the Verkenning. And on top of that, the Martyr 183s were at this point a greater threat than the Crotal. As much of a nice kill as a Crotal is, especially early game. So the Leopard Verkenning takes out the Martyrs, but here's the real threat. The Tiger. You do see him spawning in the Flakpanzer Gepard A2. So he is trying to defend his spawn, but not against a motorized threat. Although, well, I suppose a Flakpanzer Gepard can still pull quite a bit of damage on a 408. This is just a little truck with an autocannon. It's nothing more than that. But it's good enough. I think at this point he recognizes the threat that the helos have posed, or that my helo has posed, singular. And he sends his helos back to deal with it. The Panther is also coming over. Not sure why. This was also a curious buy. A 2A5? I couldn't explain why. Maybe for here? To deal with the Verkenning? I'm not sure. Anyway, as has been happening frequently, I had Blitz War in my ear. Not literally. He wasn't coaching me, but he, in one of his motorized gameplays, said, hey, if you're not going to cover that road, I'm going to roll right into your base, or something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing here. And I thought, you know what? I might just try that. So I just pushed right in. I lost a few units here and there. I think that was the Transport and the Leopard. That was it. And, well, since he lost his last command vehicle, everything else got decidedly killed off. And I got 1155 points versus 75. But more importantly, 3 minutes. This was amusing. Anyway, cover the highway, guys. Cover the highway. Or don't if you're fighting me. I might send something your way, but at least you'll be ready. Hope you guys are enjoying the ranked series. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I'll see you soon for more videos.